after the massive success of Persona 3 Reload, with the game selling 1 million units within its first week, it was pretty obvious that Atlus's attempt at remaking its beloved classic had worked out in their favor. And in order to capitalize on its success, Atlus had several DLC packs already planned before the release. While 2 of these included soundtracks and costumes from other games in the series, the last one was announced to be a remake of The Answer. This expansion pack was originally released as both a bundle with the original game called Persona 3 FES, and as a separate disc that worked with the base game. The Answer acted as an epilogue to the main story, and involved the surviving cast going on one last adventure. And 8 months after the remake launched, the DLC, now known as Episode Aigis, The Answer, dropped. Today, we're going to explore this DLC and how I think it's an excellent portrayal of dealing with grief and loss. And I'm going to spoil everything about Reload and Episode Aigis now. So if you haven't played them, please go do that and come back, because you're going to want to experience this story for yourself. It's great.
Show how I feel anymore. I think I'm homesick, but I don't know how to go back to the place that's gone.
So after Makoto's death, the group brings him back to the dorm, where he eventually slips into a coma and passes the next day. And we get a monologue from Aigis about how she had a dream every night after his death, where she was chasing after him, just desperately trying to reach him. And eventually she stopped dreaming altogether, and soon after that she stopped sleeping. Cut to a few weeks later, and the dorm is closing down and everyone's moving away. Akihiko and Mitsuru have graduated, and the others are just going to go live at separate dorms now. And despite it, being the last day together, Yukari and Akihiko aren't there. It's clear that they don't really want to be there. It's kind of a tough subject for them. And meanwhile, Mitsuru is collecting everyone's evokers. And they mention Makoto a little bit, but it's clearly, a tough subject for all of them. And during this meeting, Aigis reveals that she's going to head back to the lab, which, causes the others a lot of sadness, to see their friend go.
The decision was mine. I'm sorry I didn't mention it sooner. I enjoy being with you all, but it's time for me to find my own way of life. Oh, but don't worry. You can come visit me whenever you wish. Aigis.
Mitsuru tries to cheer everyone up with sushi, but it's clear it's a bittersweet moment for the group as they spend their last night together.
What was that?
And when midnight approaches, something flashes, and the group soon realizes that they are in a time loop stuck on a never-ending March 31st. Mitsuru decides to contact Akihiko and Yukari, and meanwhile, Aigis retreats to her room before being awoken by a commotion downstairs. She runs into the lounge to find a robot like herself who can also wield a persona, and it's attacking her friends. So she fights it only to be beaten badly.
You're stronger than I thought. So it's come to this.
Is that... even this?
All threats must be eliminated.
I won't let this happen again!
But before the enemy robot also passes out, it calls Aigis her sister.
Sister.
Aigis, no!
And Aigis passes out as well, only to awaken in the Velvet Room. Igor gives the whole speech about using multiple personas and urges Aigis to find the answer at the end of her journey.
All who live journey in search of the answer, and they find it at the journey's end.
And she wakes back up to find that Yukari and Aki are back, and Fuka gives Aigis some new drip. And the robot we now know as Metis wakes up and explains the time loop and that they can't leave the dorm.
Essentially sister units. In fact, you are the reason why I'm here. I've come to save you from this hopeless situation. Since our battle ended, I'd say about a day and a half has passed. Yet today is still March 31st. Tomorrow and all the days after it will also be March 31st. At this rate, it will last forever. Didn't you feel it? The moment time looped?
Looped? Do you mean what we felt at midnight? Then, are you saying that the same day is repeating itself?
That's not all. We haven't been able to leave the dorm either. That makes two ways we're trapped here.
And their only option to escape this time loop is to explore something called the Abyss of Time, which is located beneath the dorm floor. So the Abyss of Time is an endless desert-type area with several doors, and the only way the group can escape the dorm is to eradicate it, according to Metis. The group easily sees through Metis and her weak excuses as they know she's hiding stuff from them, but it's clear that really all she wants is to protect Aigis, so they go along with her. The group entrusts Aigis as the leader, and they prepare for more fighting. Metis and Aigis have a really cute moment where she gets permission to call Aigis her sister.
Aigis? I promise to listen to what you say, so could I call you my sister?
Go right ahead.
Thank you, sister.
And they get all geared up, but Yukari isn't too thrilled about Metis joining up.
Just happy I get a match with my sister.
She got all pouty the moment we changed clothes. Who would have thought she just wanted an armband? This doesn't make you one of us, though.
And unfortunately, every character has lost a lot of their strength in their levels, and also regressed in their character arcs due to Makoto's death. So we see that Mitsuru is, cold towards people again. Akihiko is kind of slacking in training. Yukari is bitter and lashes out at people. Aigis has lost several abilities and can't really understand Koromaru anymore. Junpei is acting nonchalant and Junpei is acting like everything's fine. Ken isn't really confident anymore, and really only Fuka has grown. She actually leads the charge most of the time for the group, and it's really great to see her confident and grow like that. But the main chunk of the DLC is us going through different floors of the Abyss of Time, chasing the ghost of a mysterious figure through the doors dotting the landscape.
Good job, everyone! Analyze that! Follow up!
After a few hours of grinding, the group steps through a door into Polonial Mall. They soon discover that they're in July of 2009, about 9 months into the past. And they find out that the mall connects back into the dorm, which solves their worries about running out of food. So after they're resupplied and rested, it's time for more grinding. After reaching one of the doors, we stumble upon a memory of Ken's, where he's in a police station on the night of his mom's murder. After explaining what he saw, Shinji's persona going berserk, the police officer immediately dismisses his story. And this causes Ken to resolve to hunt down his mother's killer.
Liar! You said you'd believe me! Adults can't be trusted. So I'll find him myself.
And after we gather the memory, the group confronts Metis, and she explains that seeing these memories will somehow help them eventually. And Yukari urges the group to move on. And the next memory we get is of Mitsuru recruiting Aki into Seas. And they're so cute when they're little. Also, it's just funny how she just pulls out a gun. Look at his face. It's definitely more of a happy memory than the others. And Metis remarks that she really wants to attend at school, since she's never been outside the abyss of time. And this causes the group to accept her more, seeing as, she's really just a kid who just wants to, fit in. The next memory is Junpei's, and he ran out after his dad got drunk and is just sulking in the mall. Koromaru finds him and cheers him up. Some of his classmates try to get him to come drinking with them, so understandably he blows up in their face.
What? Come on! Live a little, why don't you? Dude, I already said no. I just ain't in the mood.
After he settles down, he expresses that he wants to change the world someday with friends that, understand him. And little did he know that a few hours later, Akihiko would find him and he'd be recruited into Seas. I really love seeing this side of Junpei, and it's touching how the others support him after seeing his memory.
Definitely not my proudest moment there.
Junpei.
Oh yeah, that surprised me too, bud. So it really was you that day, huh?
And Metis realizes that all of the doors have a purpose, to show memories of great importance. And so the group sets out to figure out what that importance is. And you know what that means. Another montage.
Take that! Double tap! We're almost... Switching mode. Calculating trajectory. Target locked. There's nothing you can do. You stop me!
I thought I told you to sit down or get down. I'm about to hit ground when I'm in a box. My head's way out of this bound. Nobody's stopping me. You know it's in me.
So the next memory we get is Mitsuru's first time in Tartarus, which is the second time anyone's ever stepped foot in it. So first off, screw her dad for bringing a child in there. What the fuck? One of his men turns into a shadow and kills one of the others, which causes Mitsuru to defend her father as she awakens her persona.
Did you see that? Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Oh, such power. It's a persona. I was right. People can use them. Mitsuru.
Her dad is sad that she's going to spend her life fighting shadows now. His fault, by the way. But she tells him that she wanted to. And after we get out of the memory, Metis comments that all of them have something in common. Meanwhile, Fuka also mentions that she found documents from the late chairman that discusses the abyss of time. Yukari's memory is of her receiving a delayed letter from her father during her first year of high school. It's clear that she was heavily invested in figuring out what happened to him even back then. And now back in the present, Yukari laments the fact that Aigis has Makoto's same ability, and wishes that she kept up her promise that she made him.
Aigis has the same power as him? That has to mean that she got something from him, even if she doesn't know it. I guess I want some kind of proof that I'm making progress. I made a promise to him.
And Yukari figures out that all of their memories were the reasons that led to their persona awakenings. Meanwhile, Metis struggles with talking about her past, and it's clear she doesn't really want to let the group in. And she's envious that everyone else has a history together.
Wow, that's incredible!
Yo, little sis! Don't act like this doesn't involve you. Come on, let us know what you think too.
Why? It's not like I can talk about the past with you all. I don't know anything about it.
What's wrong?
Nothing. It's true, that's all. I asked you to not leave me behind, but unlike all of you, I don't know anything about your pasts, so it's like I'm the only one who doesn't belong.
Oh, you're feeling left out, huh? Oh, you really are just a kid inside. Makes sense now why you got all well-behaved when we said we'd leave you behind before.
I'm not just a kid.
And eventually Fuka reveals from her research that the Abyss was formed when Tartarus rose up, and that it's connected to them somehow. And the last memory we get is of Aigis lamenting Makoto's death. She expresses that she wishes to be a machine again, and we see the silhouette of Metis form behind her.
Please wait! No, don't go! I promised to protect you. I dedicated my entire existence to it. But I can't fulfill my purpose now. There's nothing I can do anymore. Is there anything left for me to live for? Is there a meaning to any of it? If this is what it's like now, then I wish I could just be a simple machine again.
Back in the present, a shadow of their regrets appears in the form of Makoto, who is the figure that they've been chasing this whole time. After a big fight, they defeat it, which results in a very touching scene where Makoto disappears in front of them again, and Metis explains that their subconscious wishes to stay in the past with him manifested this entire time loop in the shadow Makoto. Once they realize this, keys of time are manifested by them, which will allow them to move on and leave the dorm. Metis reveals that there's also another choice. By using these on Makoto's dorm room, they can return to the past where he's still alive. And so, when they return to the dorm, they find cracks in the ground. Time is running out, and they have to choose before the cracks hit the door. And so these two choices understandably split the group. Ken and Akihiko want to stay, while Mitsuru and Yukari want to go back to the past. And Yukari's plea with Junpei is just so heartbreaking to see here.
Guys, let's all take it down a notch, okay?
Take it down a notch? Are you kidding? If anything, we're not taking this seriously enough. We can save him from dying. Don't you want want to bring him back?
Of course I want him back. But is yelling at each other like this really gonna solve anything? And think about it. If we go back, we'd have to face Nyx again.
What? So you're just afraid to fight?
No! Well, I am, but... I don't know what I'm trying to say, but everyone needs to calm down, alright?
But eventually the group fully splits and they decide that they'll fight for the keys. And Metis brings us to a coliseum where the teams are formed. Yukari and Mitsuru, Ken and Aki, Junpei and Koromaru, and Aigis and Metis. Meanwhile, Fuka provides support for Aigis. And before the fight, Metis expresses concern that Aigis might die if they don't get the keys, so she is very determined to fight for us.
So, if your key is taken, I think your life could be at risk.
You don't know for sure.
No, but it's possible, isn't it? The other person with the same power as you died, didn't he? I'll protect my sister, whatever it takes.
And these fights are tough, not only because, our teammates are beasts on their own. Like, bro, why don't you do that when you're on my side? Like, I know it's because I don't play them that way, but still. I'm glad I never gave Akihiko any healing powers. Really saved me in that fight. But also emotionally, it's very tough because you just spent hundreds of hours with these people and you're fighting them over the fate of their dead friend. It's just heartbreaking to see. I also noticed something really sweet during these fights. Most of the time, the characters will only target Metis and rarely target Aigis. I assume they programmed it this way, but it's very touching to see that, our teammates still care about us, even though we're fighting them. And after we defeat Ken and Aki, they turn into flames. And Metis explains that they're only able to return to normal after they forge the key. Which, understandably, Aigis and Fuka are horrified by this, but Metis says that she didn't have a choice and that she needs to save Aigis. This drives a rift between the two sisters, but Metis doubles down on protecting her.
Fires burn out. They won't come back, even after forging the key.
Is that why you brought us all here? So I couldn't stop fighting once I started?
I had no choice. If you don't fight, they'll take your key. I can't let you die.
And Junpei drops some wisdom right before his fight.
I've been thinking, the past or the present. I don't know, I feel like that's the wrong way to look at it. And maybe the problem's us for seeing it that way. I mean, just look at us, beating each other down because we can't agree. Do we really got what it takes to go back and make an even better future? What if we end up making a worse future instead? Look, I get that we don't got much time. If we rush this, fighting each other, no question we're getting a worse future. So, this is my choice. And I'm standing by it all the way.
I love how my boy is like the most level-headed one right now. He's really like taken up Makoto's mantle of, helping and like guiding the group. And I just appreciate his growth. Also, don't show me Koromaru being in pain. Why would you do that? Aigis is obviously heartbroken fighting her friends, so she says that she'll give her key to Yukari and Mitsuru and just accept her fate. And Metis breaks down and explains that all she knew when she woke up in the abyss of time was two things. That she had a sister, and that if she didn't do something, that sister would die. And she blames herself for awakening Makoto's power in Aigis and says that that power leads to death. But despite all of this, Aigis says that she doesn't want her to hurt her friends. And Metis has a very emotional reaction to this, which props to both of the voice actresses in the scene. They're just so good. I'm just gonna show it.
No! I don't want you to die! Why do you have to die? Why does it have to be you? Why can't it be me instead? Please don't leave me behind. I'll give my life for the key too. And if that doesn't work, then I'm coming with you, so we can always be together.
What exactly are you saying?
Please don't leave me all alone.
Mattis. I'm sorry. Don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. I know how painful it is to be left behind like that. How could I do that to you? You always seem to remind me of the things that are most important.
Aigis.
Feelings for others can be painful, and even make us hurt each other. Honestly, they can cause a lot of suffering. But if I try to avoid that by not making a choice, I'd just be passing it off to someone else. I think I finally understand what Yukari-san was saying before.
Now everyone needs to recognize their own feelings. Think about who he was and what he meant to us.
I was running away from how I feel. What will
Aigis in her speeches always just hit the hardest. I love her. But before we get into the last fight, I just want to say I love this whole infighting subplot. It's realistic and it hits all the story beats that I expected. And I want to go off into a little side tangent, and I want to give a spoiler warning for Persona 5 Royal. I'll leave a timestamp so you can skip ahead, but this is just a random thought I had. But so during the third semester of Persona 5, the group realizes that they've been put into an alternate reality where everything is perfect. You know, none of the bad stuff that happened to them happened in this world. But eventually they, find out and they remember but eventually they realize, that they've been put into this world, and they go to fight the guy who created it. But personally, I think they should have done something like this, where some of the group splits and wants to stay. That's just completely irrelevant to this video, but I just wanted to share that. But with both parties prepared to give their all, the final four fight, and after they defeat them, Fuka gives Aigis her last key. And with this, the true key is formed and we get our friends back. And because of this, Yukari just breaks down. But Mitsuru manages to lift her back up. But I just love this scene so much, I'm just going to play the entire thing.
This may sound strange given the circumstances, but I'm so glad you're all safe.
Yeah, so... You really don't want to go back?
What? Hey!
I want him back. I want him back. I don't care about anything else. I just want him to come back. I tried so hard to be strong and to look forward and just accept it all, but I can't. I can't do it. I just can't.
Yukari-san.
That's not... I made him a promise, too. I told him I'd do my best to change this world. People would stop wishing for the fall. That's why I wanted to move on from the past. And just focus on the future.
Yukari-san.
But that was just a promise to myself. Not to him. So it can't end like that.
Yukari, it's hard. Unbearably hard. But if you don't face that pain, it will never heal.
So what? If I face it, it'll suddenly be okay? I'll just accept that he's gone? Or forget all about it? That won't happen! All of us should know by now. That never happens!
You face your pain because it'll never truly go away. Yukari, would you help me fulfill the promise I made to him?
What?
It was more a promise to myself, like yours. He taught me so much, and showed me so many things that I've come to treasure. But before I could thank him, he was gone. The regret was suffocating. So, I promised myself I would always be there for the ones I care about, and fight to protect them no matter the cost. And you're someone I care about, Yukari.
What? Me?
You may not have thought much of it, but to me, last year, when you refused to give up on me and gave me something to fight for again, I will never forget that. So this time, we want to be here for you.
Mitsuru-senpai,
The pain of losing someone close to you is terrible. But you don't have to hold it in. And Yukari, you've kept yours locked up for too long. You've been trying so hard to push forward that you never stopped to grieve. It's all right. We're here for you. Your friends are here for you.
Yukari-san. I want him to come back too, but I stopped to think about everything, like you told us to, and I realized something. So please, I'd like you to listen. I want to know what exactly he did. In that moment he used his power. We still aren't entirely sure what really happened to him. I think we should know that before making a choice. So I won't use the key just yet. This is the answer I arrived at, after learning everyone else's feelings.
what really happened?
But after picking each other back up, our group decides not to leave the time loop just yet. They realize that the door to Polonium Mall has another purpose that they don't know yet. And when they go through, the door leads them to the site of the last battle with Nyx. And they witness Makoto becoming the Great Seal.
So this is the miracle he performed.
The group realizes how much he sacrificed for them. And Metis realizes that Nyx wasn't supposed to have a seal, that something happened, and they realize that Makoto's seal is to prevent a conglomeration of humanity's desire for Nyx from reaching him. So this bundle of ugly tries to break the seal. So of course, our team is going to fight it.
Just as I thought. The purpose of his seal. It's not meant to hold back Nyx. It's to prevent something from reaching her.
What do you mean?
That giant monster. It's not a shadow. It's a mass of the worst traits and feelings from every person's heart. Deep down, everyone is calling for Nyx.
That can't be.
There was a time when I also wished for death. It's probably true that everyone has a part of them secretly yearning for it. The only thing that separates the living from the non-living is death, the greatest equalizer.
think I understand. When you feel like your life has no meaning, the thought of death can be comforting. And that subconscious desire is so strong, it could even create a monster like this. I guess that's just how it is these days.
Why is it after us?
It must want my sister. She has the same power as the one who created the seal. Are you going to fight it? You can't take on something like that!
This is a battle we can't run from. The feelings that created this monster came from within me as well. I couldn't accept reality. So I wished for the past. Despite that past harboring death and bloodshed, there isn't a doubt in my mind. This is the cause of all our struggles.
Sounds good to me. Let's take it down.
This isn't just a fight against a monster. I'll be facing myself as well. And I'm ready.
They won't run away this time. He's watching us, and we can't let him down.
This thing's got no chance of beating us, and I'm liking those odds.
Sister.
Don't worry. It won't stop us. To live means to not give in to your own weaknesses. So we won't lose. We will live.
Coming through! Kiss your ass goodbye! I am never alone.
And after defeating it, they realize why Makoto made that sacrifice.
Yeah! That's what you get! Fighting us! World-saving warriors!
Wow. We actually did it.
I told you it wouldn't stop us.
But won't that monster reappear eventually? Because people will still keep having those feelings, wishing for destruction.
You're right. It's certainly difficult. People struggle to keep death at bay, all the while forgetting what makes life worth living in the first place.
I get it. That's why we need the seal. Without it, the people would just call for Nyx again, wanting everything to end. Can't help but feel that way, even when we're staring it right in the face. I couldn't stop it myself either. Even if we did go back to that battle, it wouldn't change anything. That's why he made that choice.
Yukari.
I miss him. It hurts knowing he's gone forever, but I can see his choice and why he made it. I just have to accept it. That this is what he wanted. But it's still really, really hard to do that.
I have to do better too. He protected all of us. And he still is. Even now.
Yeah. We have to stay strong, just like he is.
At least I feel like I finally got to really see him off.
If it wasn't for that monster, he could have made it back, but I guess it's not like we can get rid of that thing for good. We can't change the feelings of the whole world.
Yes, we can. We can do it.
I guess.
It'll be different someday. As long as we're alive, we can change things. I know. Because I was even able to change myself.
That's our goal. And we gotta believe we can do it first. People aren't as hopeless as they think. We've already learned that much.
Yeah, you're right.
As long as we're alive, we can change things. You know, Aigis, I think I get why you got the same power as him. This whole time, I was wondering why it got to be you and not me. But you were the one who really knew how to move forward. I guess you have that in common with him.
Oh, really? Well, I'm glad to hear that.
I'm glad that you're glad. You know, I was pretty jealous for a good while there. Yeah, just petty jealousy, plain and simple. I wanted it to be me, and I said so many terrible things to you. I'm sorry.
Yukari-san.
Come on, let's use that key and go back to our time. I think we're all ready to start April 1st now.
And back in the dorm, Aigis uses the key and they're all teleported to the Velvet Room, where Metis reveals that she's the part of Aigis that she tried to hide away when Makoto died. The human part. And in a tearful scene, she rejoins Aigis as Aigis breaks down as she realizes that she's finally found the answer that she's desperately been looking for.
I think she's my other self. The pain of losing him was unbearable. So much so, I just wanted to be a machine again. You must be the part of myself that I wished away. My lonely sister, always afraid of being left behind. You came to help me acknowledge and confront the pain of life. I understand now. But I wish I'd figured it out sooner.
Sister. The souls of all living things are connected through a plane, similar to a sea. I think that's where I came from. Your heart is connected to that sea as well. You truly are alive, and from now on, we'll always be together, sister. I'm coming home.
Welcome back. I feel tired. It's been some time since I last felt like this. I haven't needed sleep in a while.
Well, it would appear our guest has safely reached her destination. She has found her answer to life.
Her answer to life?
Please, tell me, now that I've found my answer, is my life going to end?
End? What do you mean by that?
Aigis?
It's strange, though. I feel satisfied.
Wait, Aigis, are you...
Oh, no, you can't!
I wish I had been there to say goodbye. I shouldn't have locked myself away in my room. Huh? Am I crying? Now that I think about it, Metis cried before. I must have even thrown away the ability to shed tears.
You've overcome this ordeal splendidly. And now you've reached the end of your journey. It is time for us to part.
Aigis, cut it out! This isn't funny!
Aigis, please!
It's okay. Don't worry.
Aigis! Aigis!
And after this, Seize is freed from the time loop, and the game kind of scares us by having Aigis wake up last. Not cool, Atlas. Not cool. Don't do that.
Hey, Aigis, wake up! We made it out in one piece. Aigis? No, Aigis.
Did you call my name?
Aigis!
Did something happen?
to give us a heart attack, you sleepyhead. You took so long to wake up, we thought you were dead.
The next day, everyone prepares to move out of the dorms. Aigis reveals that she wants to keep going to school with the others. And the DLC ends with a heartfelt goodbye to our beloved C's, which I definitely did tear up to.
It's weirdly kinda sad to leave, huh?
Yes, but change is part of life.
Hey, so... if you're gonna live in the dorms next year, do you wanna be roommates?
Huh?
I imagine you still need one. And also, it just makes sense, you know? Because we're friends, aren't we?
Yeah, let's do it!
This DLC is definitely a mixed bag. The story moments are really what you're here for, but they're spread thin between hours of grueling dungeon grinding. In the end, however, I think the pain of endless grinding is worth it. Which is really what the entire point of this epilogue is about. You know, in order to move on and heal from tragedy, you've got to go through that painful process of, acceptance. No matter how, grueling or long it is, you got to do it. And that's really why I liked this DLC. I've seen some discussions online saying a lot of people didn't like it compared to the original, saying that they apparently cut out a bunch of stuff, which that just makes me even more excited to play the original when I finally get around to it. But all in all, Persona 3 and its DLC has really affected me greatly. I love this game, and I'll remember and cherish its cast for long after I put down the controller. I love this game. And before we finish the video, I just want to hop in and put a few things in here, which I didn't know where to add in the video, so I'll just add them here at the end. First off, I love the differences between the intro and the outro songs. They're basically the exact same song, except the tones are different. I'll play little snippets of the first one now. And then I'll play the second one. And I just love how it's the same melody and everything, but the second one is considerably more hopeful and happy, and it just reflects the entire tone of the DLC, which I just love that. And I also wanted to add a bunch of the cute moments I found of Metis, because she's just adorable. I love her. But here you go.
Destroy my sister's enemies, show them no mercy. I guess Metis is in a good mood. What to say, what to say? Maybe I don't fit in because I really am just a kid? No, that can't be it. Definitely not. Right?
And that's the video. I want to thank you guys for watching, and it's been quite a journey over this past year, you know, getting into Persona and just binging all these games. And it's just been great. In terms of upcoming videos, I'm currently working on my Persona 5 video. I also might do a like impressions video for Ghost of Yote. I've been playing that, and it's all right. I have some thoughts about it. But other than that, I might do a couple like experimental videos. I'm not sure yet, but anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you want to like and subscribe, please do that. It really helps out the channel and helps me get out there. But other than that, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Also, did you guys know that Yukari canonically becomes a Power Ranger after this? Like, what?